And I want to make sure that we are investing this money in a way that is going to not just put people back to work right now, but will continue to pay high dividends in the future.
Let's get down to business. Let's provide small business tax relief because they create 70% of the jobs in this country. Let's not embark on a spending spree that is the biggest spending spree in the history of this country.
Listening to Democrats and Republicans debate big spending versus tax cuts to stimulate the economy, I feel like I'm in a time warp, kind of like the current season of the show Lost, where every time there's a flash of light, the show moves around in time and space, but the characters stay the same. In D.C., the characters are the politicians, and no matter where we go in time, they sound the same. What? We must be in the 80s, when the politicians were arguing Reaganomics versus Mondalenomics.
Here's the difference between the two ways of dealing with a nation's economy. With Reaganomics, you cut taxes. With Mondalenomics, you raise taxes.
Mr. Reagan will raise taxes, and so will I. He won't tell you. I just did.
What? Super Nintendo? It must be the early 90s, when Bill Clinton was fighting for a big stimulus plan to fix the economy.
To renew America, we must be bold. We must do what no generation has had to do before. We must invest more in our own people, in their jobs, and in their future, and at the same time, cut our massive debt.
What? A PC? Nobody uses these anymore. It must be early 2000 when George W. Bush got his tax cuts.
But I believe we can meet our priorities and still have some money left over. And there's a fundamental disagreement about what to do with the money. Our opponents sound like they think the government owns the surplus. I think the surplus is the people's money, and I want to share some of it with the people who pay the bills.
An iPhone. We must be back to good old 2009 when the politicians sound the same, but at least the technology's better.